So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Goodfella. We're going to ask them some questions today. I'm going to start. What inspired you guys to start the band, and what does your band name mean?
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, I can start with the band name. We actually started playing together before we had a band name, and we actually were recording our first single, which was like a song that we don't play anymore. A lot of the members don't know the song yet because that's how old the song was. But we needed a name for the band, and there was a Goodfellas poster, like the movie, hanging in the studio we were at, and we were like, well, let's just name it Goodfella and drop the S so we don't get sued. It's really that simple. Not a real deep meaning behind it. It's just cool.
And it's some of our favorite movies too. So,
All right.
Too fair.
Yeah.
It'd kind of suck if you guys didn't like that series. It'd be kind of
That would be worse.
Be kind of awkward.
yeah.
Well, I actually didn't watch it until after the band. I figured I needed to watch the movie
Yeah.
before I named the band that. But it was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Sick. All right. So, how do you guys? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go. Yeah. Go.
I was just gonna say I wasn't in the band when the band started.
Oh, all right.
New guy.
Continue. Yeah, new guy.
The new guy.
Okay. No, I was going to say something. Okay. So, how do you guys feel about the response you got to your debut album? Oh my god, my mind went blank. Oh my god, your your debut album, Don't Blink. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Man, it was a while ago too, but we did some like hometown shows and everything, and people. It's weird because people have been hearing us play those songs live, especially like I said, locally in our hometown, Tahlequah. And so a lot of people knew the songs already. And then, of course, we had recorded an EP right before that had, I think, 5 songs that's on Don't Blink. So people were familiar with it, and then when we finally released the rest, I mean, it got really good response, and it was a really big hit, mostly for where we were from in Tahlequah, personally.
That's sick.
And Don't Blink was like the album that really like pushed this band forward. Like we were just playing hometown shows before the album. Then when we got close to dropping the album, we got really serious about playing out of state. And we went on our first like 14-day run, going all the way up to Seattle, coming back down to California, playing Nevada. We spent way too much money on that tour. We learned not to do that ever again. So, I mean, the reception was really great. We got to spread that album across like half of the United States, which was special to all of us. So I think that's why we really treasure that album probably the most.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
Sorry. So what was the first song you guys wrote as a band?
Mama's.
Yeah, it was a song called Mama's Boy that you probably can't find anywhere anymore.
Aw.
I'm sure we erased it off the face of the internet.
Was it not good?
I think it was. It just wasn't us after a while. Like, we just didn't want that song being compared to, like, what we turned into, because it was, like, the first song we ever wrote together, and then we've grown a lot as songwriters since then, so...
And pretty
I mean,
song
it might be somewhere on YouTube.
That song came out in like 2014 as well. That was old.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
It was, like, the month we started getting together, we recorded that song, so
Yeah.
All right.
wasn't a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
Do you guys... Oh, wait.
No.
Do you guys think you would ever, like, remaster it and put a different twist on it with the new era that you guys are going into?
It's really cheesy. Like, it is just one of the cheesiest songs I have ever written.
So
Yeah.
it'll never see the face of the other again.
I'm not against. Yeah.
Yeah. Never seen the internet. So I know we're asking about the reception to a lot of things, but the new single you guys dropped in 2019, how do you guys feel about the reception to that?
Well, we really loved it, and then of course, like the music video that came with it, we had that idea of wearing the matching shirts and everything. So we felt like, especially like with the music video too, which got a lot of really good reception. It was just trying to do something different, trying to bring out like our personalities more, because we had "Write It Off," I think was the actual first music video that we released from that EP, which is just the like of us just performing the song. But we were like, what can we do to make a video good? We don't need a cheesy storyline, So we did that video, and finally I feel like from the reception of that song and then the idea that we had with the matching shirts in the video kind of started to blend like what Goodfella wanted to be and what we wanted to do, like not only as our looks but for our music as well, for our writing. So
And he's talking about the video for I Could.
Awesome. So, will anime be featured? Your song "Anime," of course. Will that be featured on your upcoming album?
That song is actually not.
So we
It's
have a
actually a
Spotify issue.
rapper.
Oh,
So it's funny because it's been a curse since we made this band. There's been multiple like Spanish rappers or artists that have the name Goodfella or Goodfellas, and every time, every couple months or so, there's a new song, and it'll get like a couple thousand hits, and it'll be at like our most popular. So people all the time are like listening to our stuff, and then that will randomly come in the shuffle, and they're like, I don't think that this is.
Like,
them.
wow, Goodfella changed.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
So we're constantly having to email Spotify, hey, there's yet again another song, and they were supposed to solve the issue to where it's just us, only Goodfella posts, but of course, songs are continuing to slip in.
Yeah. That's our bad then.
because
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I was like, this is a drastic switch. I was like,
Yes.
I mean, maybe this is what they wanted to do, but hey, I mean, it was interesting. So yeah,
Thank you
cool.
for having
Yeah,
us.
we're working on that.
Yeah.
So you know, we're all in quarantine, so we're all at home. So what bands have you guys been listening to lately? Or artists?
Michael Jackson and Stan Atlantic.
Ooh,
Stan
ooh.
Atlantic. Tasty.
Stan Atlantic. You love to see it.
And Atlantic
Yes.
is
Mm-hmm.
Love that band.
Hell yeah.
I've been really loving the new Broadside coming out, and then I'm just constantly have Mayday Parade on repeat every single
Oh my
day.
God.
I've been
yeah.
listening to a bunch of
Before
Mayday Parade lately. Yeah.
nice.
Ooh.
Shit ton of Mayday Parade.
Yeah, we've been jamming the Haley Williams album Petals for
Taste.
Armor since it came out,
Taste.
and that's pretty much it. That and then like a mixture of Harry Styles.
Oh,
Now,
Nice.
Glory went from
No,
Petals
just
for
here.
Armor, which she didn't like, to Harry Styles. No shit.
oh, really? Dude, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, as we
Yeah,
said,
yeah, really.
like since we're all stuck at home, are you guys working on any new projects?
Yeah, we just recorded
Yes.
a social distancing music video actually that hopefully will be coming out next month sometime. We can't give an exact date or anything, but we're doing that, and then we're of course just trying to keep up content. I'm sure if you guys seen with a lot of bands with no shows and everything, you've got to start getting creative. You see people doing live stream concerts and everything, so that's something maybe we're interested in doing, but also just doing other things like acoustic videos, which be on the lookout. We're going to be, I think, releasing one was next week or something. I don't want to get.
I think so.
I think so. So we're just trying to do little projects like that, keeping the content up, especially now that we have recorded a new EP back in last October and no shows. We're trying to come up with different ways to now promote it, because usually we would try and follow it up with a couple of tours or a big show in our hometown or something. So we're just trying to work on projects.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I get that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Exciting.
Yeah,
exciting.
actually, bright side about this whole like social this is like I actually had to like learn how to play guitar again, because I've been pretty spoiled the past 4 or 5 years, having always like 2 guitarists to sing with me and like write with me. So I got a lot more into playing acoustic guitar, and we recorded an acoustic video of our song "Hopeless" because it reached over 50,000 streams not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
So that's the video we're planning on dropping next week. It's just me in a room playing "Hopeless" unplugged, pretty much, and then we're gonna be doing a lot more videos like that of just releasing covers or our songs until finally meet back up again and work on some real stuff.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a person who like listens to a lot of music, I appreciate you guys like constantly like putting out stuff and just trying to keep the content flowing. So like that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what artist inspirations do you think you can hear in your music?
Definitely Knucklepuck, but a lot of that is because we went to the same studio as Knucklepuck, and like a lot of the same vibes of them always like come up and like through us, I guess you could say.
And too, on We're All Attached to Something, our recent EP that we released, Nick, who's the guitarist and singer as well of Knucklepuck, he actually produced the album with Seth, who recorded our album. So there's definitely a lot of influence from him too. So it could naturally sound a little bit like Knucklepuck, but I would also say people have said like Blink-182, Green Day, they've thrown it back to old school pop punk bands like that as well. So I think it's a good mix of everything.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, well, you can't perform anything live now, but what are your top 3 songs to perform live?
It would be 3 new songs because we literally just learned our set for all the new songs, and then shows got canceled.
Oh,
So I mean,
I think-
we have a song called Shutter Island. That is my number 1 pick for us playing one of our new songs. Probably one of my favorite ones to play live. Really anything off that new EP. I'm just itching to start playing these ones again.
Yeah, the song, another new song, like Jason said, that currently is named Hindsight, is really fun to play live. So I'm excited to get back out there when we can.
I'll throw out an old one, Along the Way,
Do it.
from the album Don't Blink. I loved playing that song.
Mhm.
And we also covered Jamie's Elsewhere from Mayday Parade. That's the song name, right?
Jimmy all over.
Give me all over.
Give me all over.
Jimmy all over.
I
You
just
can
Close.
tell
say it
he
with
doesn't
no
listen.
confidence.
Yeah.
But I loved playing that on the drums. That was fun.
So what is your dream venue to play in?
Different style of venues or just like specific?
Like a specific venue.
I have a specific one.
Ooh.
So,
Okay. We, for a brief stint, my wife and I lived in Colorado, and up there they have the Red Rocks amphitheater. And we actually never even got to go because I don't know why. We were just neglected it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it would be really fun to play there, I think.
Yeah.
There's a very popular one called Kane's Ballroom in Tulsa, and that was somewhere I think we can all agree we've always wanted to play. We actually ended up playing there 2 years ago, but I would say one that I haven't played, probably the White Rabbit, that I think is now closed down. I think it was in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
I would just want to play anywhere that is more like closer to people. Like I'd rather just be on a ground like surrounded by people more than like in a stage. So I'm not sure what venue that would be, but
So
I'd
just-
rather play someone's house than
Yeah, any like
Oh,
floor
true.
venue.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Sick. Great. So, where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Hopefully still doing stuff like this, talking to people on podcasts, and live streams, doing videos, like pretty much what we're doing. I mean, I would like to do just more of it, maybe full time. I would love if we could all quit our day jobs and do this in 5 years. That would be like the long term goal, but
That'd be pretty sick.
not too much of a change.
Yeah, that's definitely the long-term goal. But, it's weird because if you would have asked us 5 years ago that same question, I couldn't even tell you where we would have ended up because we're in a very different spot. And we've gone through a lot of, there's been some member changes and we've been screwed out of tours and we were signed to an independent label and then it folded. So it's like, well, even though we're like on a track and we're getting to a certain point, we're like, oh yeah, we're getting near that 5-year goal. Then all of a sudden, sometimes you kind of get pegged right back down. So hopefully it now just keeps going up. And now that we're releasing more content, now that we're able to self-produce our own content as well, hopefully we're going to be at that point where like Jason said, we can just do it full time. Don't have to have a daytime job. That's the dream.
That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so for these last 3 questions, we're gonna go away from the music and we're just gonna ask some like fun questions. So this one's really fun. So if you were on death row, what would your last meal be and why? And please choose a drink too.
Well, drink is really easy for me. It would be Mr. Pibb, and not Pibb Extra, because I totally got rid of Mr. Pibb and just replaced it with Pibb Extra, and you cannot find a Mr. Pibb anywhere.
Oh,
That's easy. I'd probably just take like a really rare steak.
Whoa.
Really rare.
Didn't know you were a steak man.
Really? You're a steak guy?
I like my steak still mooing rare. Like,
wow.
really have to heat it up.
Really.
Okay.
Microwave it a little bit.
I'll go next because it's kind of in contrast to what Jason said. I'm like lactose intolerant and stuff. My wife is vegan, so I've just been vegan. But vegans haven't perfected the milkshake yet. So my last meal would definitely be just a fat milkshake.
So you don't have to
Nice.
pay the consequences afterwards. You just go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just out.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with my stepmom's homemade chili. Honestly,
Whoa.
Solid.
That's
This
solid.
man loves his chili.
He's
I'm on
nuts
death
about
row
chili.
Dr. Pepper.
All right. I like
I eat
that.
chili from the can, so I've got no shame.
Yeah, no shame. He loves his chili over there.
Loves chili.
Loves it. If you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, the Warrior Cats.
What is
Ooh.
that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't forget about that.
We did.
Good.
What is that?
You never
I don't
read those
know
books as a
either.
kid? Little warrior cats? They had like little clans and stuff. Come on, bro.
Mhm.
Use your imagination. See, at least
No.
they.
Way over my head.
Oh my god.
I would want to go to the Doctor Who universe, but only if I could travel with him.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like that would be really cool. Just going back in time, getting on crazy adventures.
That'd be sick.
I would probably live in the Animal Crossing world because it seems like
Oh.
nothing bad ever happens there. I don't play the game,
Yeah.
but from what I've seen, like my wife will just leave it unpaused and walk away for like 20 minutes, and she doesn't die. So it seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of vibe.
You live constantly in debt, though.
Yeah,
There's always a
Oh.
looming debt over
Doing that.
your head.
I'm doing that now.
and you always have to worry about all the weeds that grow. That's
It's
my
true.
least favorite part of the game.
I don't know, it
God.
sounds like real life. Lots of debt and lots of weeds.
Mhm.
Yup.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and a lot of people say it's the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Black.
It's a
Solid.
color, not a shade.
My
Fuck
favorite
you.
color is red.
Like a teal.
I like red because I was really into Power Rangers as a kid, and the red Power Ranger's name was Jason, and I'm pretty sure that is the reason why I love red.
It's
It's
a
amazing.
valid reason.
All right.
I needed an excuse for it.
I like it. Valid reason. So that is all the questions we have for you guys today. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Follow us.
New videos. Go ahead, Alec.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, I think, as well as our Facebook and Twitter at Goodfella918. And then we'll just start like putting out our content there. I guess I don't know.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah, just follow us.
Yeah. Follow them everywhere. Listen to the music.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Thank you guys so much for having us. We
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you
course.
for sitting down with us. This has been Goodfella, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.